Raiders, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to do stage 24 and 25 of the Spider's Den with a new 4.3 AI. Of course, we're going to force our Coldhearts to do their Heart Seekers, but what this really lets us do is have really slow Coldhearts now. We don't have to have all that gear. We don't need Savage Set. We don't need critical damage really to do 10% of the enemy's max HP. And we can have really slow Coldhearts, because if you have fast ones, it's going to be longer runs. Slow is better. We're going to run 24 first. We need somebody that can do AoE stun or AoE freeze. It does not matter who it is. They don't need to be super fast. They just need to do it one time. We're going to reset 2 Coldhearts burns. So this Coldheart is at 207. We've got a Coldheart down here at 210. And then we have another Coldheart at 215. We're going to take off their boots. We're going to take off this boot. Let's go remove. We're going to remove the other one. Hopefully we still have 70% chance to crit. That's what we want, right? So we have 100% chance to crit on our Heart Seekers. We need to go by affinity. We're going to remove those boots. Remove you. This one. Okay, remove these boots. I think we're still okay. And we'll do it for this next one as well. Speed's a 162. That's good. Okay, well, let's just play it like we moved gear around. We've got 70% chance to crit, and then they're now at 160 speed, which this one is at 160 speed. This one is at 165 speed. This one here is at 159 speed. So they're really slow. We just got to hope that they crit for us. They are spec'd not to use their A2. They're only going to use their Heart Seeker, and we're going to reset that with a Renegade. Of course, you can use Prince Kymar. Prince Kymar is faster, better. He will loop them back around to get to their skills and hit this spider even faster, but speed really isn't a big thing right now. As long as we get these stuns off, we get these AoE burns up, we hit that, right? We get our Heart Seekers going. Turn meter reduction. We just keep, the main thing is keeping the turn meter reduction on the boss. That's all we need. We got those stuns up again. This one isn't ready. See, now if this would have been with the Prince Kymar, she would have set her Heart Seeker out already. But they have to wait one more turn. We're only getting a 2-turn cooldown on our Renegade. There we go, and 29 seconds. And they're slower. They've got no boots on them. They are slower, 29 seconds, no boots, because we're giving the Spiderlings time to take their turns while they're frozen or stunned and burn the spider down. And then we come back around for our Heart Seekers at the end there. We don't have to. If we do it quick, right? If we do the 4 Heart Seekers right away, then we're just sitting there. All our people are just doing their moves for no reason. They're doing their A1s and A2s over and over and over. They're wasting all that time. You can do that and not have to change your champion's gear. It's just going to be a little longer run. So if you want to make it a faster run, you got to slow everybody down. Let them still stun. You know, the stun has to happen. And then we got to reset and stun again. A Prince Kymar will make it safer. Safer that we can stun and then re-stun them when they pop out of it very quickly. The Coldhearts will do their Heart Seekers right after one after another, because she only does 2 turns. They're on a 4-turn cooldown, so we have to wait one more turn. Everybody will do their moves right away, and it will be much safer, and it'll still be under 30 seconds. So they're fast runs, and you can do this on 24 or 25. It doesn't matter which one you want. Let's look at them again and see what we have. We have 165, 67. We don't need this much critical damage. All we need to do is hit the cap, the 10% of enemies' max HP. Whatever that cap is, whatever you need to get there. This one has 234 critical damage. 234 and we were fine. So I think we're going to be okay. Everybody can definitely gear your Coldhearts now, and you can get this done. Any burn champion, it doesn't matter what the burn champion is, bring it in. Instead of Astrolon for the AoE stun, you could bring in Shiramani for AoE freeze. You can bring in Gurgot. I was using him for a while for AoE freeze. And of course, we can bring in Achak. A lot of people out there have the epic champion Achak. If you have those other legendaries, use those. We could throw him in there very easily and get the job done as well. Right now, it's not set up. Unfortunately, you have to keep coming back in here. You have to take them out on this part, add them in, and there we go. We'll add him in, and we'll make sure that we're all set up. Yes, he's forced to do his burn. She doesn't do her A2. She's going to reset on her own. And then for him, I'm just going to make sure, just in case, I want to make sure he's doing his AoE freeze first. Now we'll take that out, and we'll hit play. Now remember, these are slow Coldhearts. Slow everybody all around if we want to. We can bring all their speeds down, which helps out the whole entire community. And this AI is a blessing. I've been loving it. Nobody is doing the abilities they're supposed to be doing. I think I have to hit save. Do I have to hit save and it wasn't working? Hit save. There we go. Now we go back into it. All right, let's see how it plays out. We're going to get our freeze. Okay. AoE burn right now. Heartseeker, Heartseeker. One of them is at 237. The other one's at 300. So we don't need much critical damage. We're getting tons of turn meter increase. Tons of healing as well. And the boss is catching up. So I worry that if we didn't have those two Heartseekers come in there, that we'd be in trouble. But I feel like that we've got that other freeze too quick. Maya Chak, no, he came back around that time and got it. 35, 35. This one's a little bit faster. I just feel like everybody's too fast. And when we use him, it takes too long. Look at that. It takes too long. Even with fast or slow Coldhearts, we're getting too much turn meter, so it's taking longer than I would like. We'll stick with the other teams previously, especially if you did the Astralon Fusion. Stick with Astralon, get under 30 seconds, get these 27, 26 seconds, and it'll be fast. If you are lucky enough to have a Prince Kymar, he might be kind of fast. He might be faster than your slow Coldhearts for speed runs with other champions, or he might be fast for arena. And then you can just make sure that he opens with his A1. Just say to open with A1, then he'll loop back around and reset afterwards. We're going to bring in Gurgot this time for our freeze champion just to mix some things up. Let's see what kind of time we get here. It's probably going to be a little bit longer because we're using faster champions. Our Prince Kymar is really fast. He's going to go first, open with that A1. Then he's going to reset after. We got our freeze. We got our burns up. Gurgot does take an additional turn after that, so that's a little slower as well. We're going to reset and do it all over again. Burns, freeze, Coldhearts with Heartseekers, and then now we just wait, right? It's a waiting game. Now we're just waiting for Spiderlings to take their turns. We're at 28 seconds. Could go a little faster. Not bad. Again, we had a really fast Kymar in here. Okay, now it's going slow. Now we're waiting. We're playing the waiting game, 37 seconds. But now that we can equip our Coldhearts very slow, very easily, I think it's so much better. And now we can make sure AI always uses our burn champions. You get the idea. Say you don't have a Coldheart and you want a free-to-play account, all champions that we can get free from the game, here it is. We're going to set them up to make sure he does his burn. We're going to set her up to make sure she does AoE slow speed as an opener. And then we're going to lock her out from using any other abilities. Don't use. We're going to use physics to don't use. We're not even going to AoE provoke. All she's going to do is AoE slow speed as an opener on everybody out there. The spider boss mainly is what we want. And then after that, she's going to sit here and just do her A1. Steal that turn meter over and over. We want to make sure that she's always doing this A2, which she should be on her own, but we're going to make sure she's going to do that AoE stun on everybody. Armiger, let's get him to do turn meter reduction. Let's keep his AI the way it is. He's only going to do the hard-hitting ability if the turn meter is really low. So we'll make sure that he's still going to do his A1, and we're going to leave him the way he is. Garush, probably Garush will be hit a lot. Armiger will be hit a lot. But if Armiger gets a few A1s in there, turn meter reduction A1, we should be safe to keep the turn meter down 100%. Slow speed, that's how we have her set up on physics. Now she's only going to do her A1 to steal turn meter, and to drop his down. Did we get turn meter reduction there? I think we did. She can do this for any spider's den you want. Set it up so she'll do slow speed across the board. And once we have that slow speed up on the boss, we're going to keep it. We're not going to let that boss take a turn. We've got turn meter reduction on Seal the Drakes, Physics, and Armiger. And hopefully that's going to be enough. And then, of course, Evil Eye on a few more. We don't have that Coldheart anymore for that Heartseeker every 4 turns, which would be really nice. So we're relying on Armiger, which is weak affinity, not to weak hit all the time, and to give us a little bit of turn meter reduction. I don't think we're going to need a lot, but we do need some. Come on, it's looking scary now. It's looking quite scary. There you go. Steal it. I don't think it's going to be enough, guys. Armiger, resist it. He'll come back. We've got Seal here, but I think the boss is going to take a turn. Now, if you wanted to, we could definitely throw in Lich. I've been using Lich. He's on a 3-turn cooldown to take away the whole entire turn meter, so he takes half, and he puts a slow speed up. Lich in here would make sure that the boss never takes a turn. And Lich's Force Affinity, which is going to work really well here for this Magic Affinity Spider. We're still going. It's a really, really long run, but this is free to play. I mean, come on. It's a free-to-play alternative. I'm sure we could bring somebody up. There's got to be another uncommon out there, but I think they're all spirit-based that knocks turn meter down by 50% of what the current turn meter is, like we do with Elfguard, but she is Spirit Affinity, and it's not going to work well. 2 minutes. 2-minute run, free-to-play account. So if you have to have an absolute free-to-play option, here's what you can use. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments, and I will get to them as quickly as I can. I'll see you guys soon.